physiology this quarter for a while, for the sole purpose of I need to get. I mean, a lot of people on the team are going to be transferring this quarter. All the sophomores at least. Not this quarter, but
when do you plan on?
This year. I don't plan on transferring until next year. I mean, I would like to transfer next year, but that means I still need to take 2 separate biology series, and I need to take 2 more chem series. I need to finish the Gen Chem series.
So 4 science courses.
And then physics.
Okay.
So chemistry, biology, physics, and I need to do anatomy and physiology.
So then 6.
Hold on, and there's one more. Yeah, that sounds right. So it's like biology and microbiology series. I have to do both of those. And then I have to do the Gen Chem and the OChem series. And then I have to do the Intro to Physics series. So the really easy beginning series of physics, I just gotta do that. And then I don't even do any more physics.
So have you been working with Lori, the academic advisor for the team?
I went in there this year to talk to her.
How's that? I've heard mixed reviews.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of already know what I'm doing. I'm really good at planning this kind of stuff by myself, so I don't really I only went in because Owen told me to go in, not because I needed to go in to see her. She did help though with telling me what GEs I needed still. So I'm not going to be taking any more GEs during school year. I'm just going to get them all done this summer quarter, instead of going to work at that summer camp that I like to work
Jesus.
So instead of working at Jesus Camp, which I'm not telling any of my friends because they're going to kill me when I tell them I'm not applying. So I'm just not going to tell them I'm not applying. And then I'm just not going to show up. And they're going to be like, wait, what? And I'm like, well. And so I'm going to stay here and I'm going to work and I'm going to practice with the team. And I'm going to get into shape. And I'm going to take all of my GEs. I only have 2 more GEs I need to take, so.
And you were just talking about that. Was that history? Could have been
a humanities.
A humanities. Okay, so humanities, ideally not history. Interesting. What would be your preferred choice?
I don't even know what humanities entails, so.
It sounds interesting.
I think it's a lot of I think sociology counts as a humanities, so I'm taking one right now and then I have one more. And so it's something social. I know that's most humanities classes are the social networking kind of classes, and so something about that.
What I can help with is helping your organization. You say that this is one of your strengths, so we could just capitalize on it, and that's great, so that we can make sure that because it happens, I've heard stats, I've researched where it takes, on average, student athletes about 6 years to transfer out to attain their science and math requisites. Transferable.
Especially as a biochemistry major or a pre-med.
Yes. It's not an easy task that you're undertaking, and it's good that we've, I've written them down. It sounds like 6 approximately, and then 2 GEs. How do they have it set up here? Do you see the plan? Have you scripted out your plan of what courses you may take in the winter?
So there's a catalog. It gives you a catalog, right? And then it tells you from each section, so math, science, humanities, arts, how many you need to take that counts towards your GE, right? Mm-hmm. So for the math and science ones, those are relevant to me since I'm taking just a ton of math and science classes for my major, so I don't really need to know the minimum requirement because I'm going to pass it no matter what I do. But I do need to know the minimum requirement for the other ones. And so it's just there for your GE. So no matter what major you are, you have the GE for everything. And then it also gives you a list of all the courses per year, and it also tells you what the prerequisites are for that course and everything. And then there is a website that's on the My Portal thing that you can go on, and you can pick, what is it? I forget what it is. I remember doing it with like my freshman year, like you have to do like a week of like Capstone 5, which is like an intro to college class, right?
Good course, right?
Yeah, it actually was super helpful. And there's this website that they have you go on where you can pick what school you want to transfer to. And you can pick as many schools as you want, and then you can pick your major. And then they list out all the courses you need to take to transfer in, to come in as a junior with that major. And so basically then what you do is whatever classes, wherever you want to go, you correspond your classes to that. And
so, believe it or not, this is one of the first times that I've heard of that process and that breakdown. So it seems simple enough. They give you, on the catalog, they give you a clear plan. Why do you think it is that so many of your cohorts, your fellow student athletes, struggle to abide by their plan?
Some their majors might change. So I mean, my major changed already. I used to be just biology major, and when I changed to biochemistry, I mean, lucky for me, I changed to biochemistry in the second quarter, so it wasn't like it was whatever, you know, because I had enough time to, I had enough time, right? But for people that change from like an English major to a psychology major, from like I know one of my friends changed from math to English, and like those are completely different subjects. Like you have to take, and so I feel like part of it might be if people change their major, the plan might change as well. A lot of it is people are scared of the future, and looking that far ahead freaks them out. I know for me, like the idea that this time next year, I have to apply to colleges all over again is freaking me out. I'm kind of actually hoping I have to stay here for one extra year just so I don't have to do that.
Interesting.
But I know I have to. I have to transfer. I need to get out of here. But I think the fear is probably there. I also feel like organizational is just skills or just some people just don't have them. And I know like I'm one of those people that somebody will tell me something, I will literally forget it until like the last minute. So lucky for me, I have so many math and science classes I need to take that it's really easy for me to plan through them, because I just basically, with my major, I have to take everything. That's just how I see it, and there's no way around it. So for me, it's relatively easy. It's just I have no time management skills is the problem. So trying to like play soccer right now and then work and be in my major is like so hard.
Yeah, it sounds like an undertaking, sure.
Yeah.
And the emotional toll and the physical toll, you know, trying to organize and retain whatever responsibilities you have. I'm sure you're tired after all of these travels to games and the energy that's required and the emotional toll that everything is putting on you.
That's why, like, I understand, like, a lot of people, when I tell them I'm a student athlete, they always assume my major is, like, history or English or psychology. And, like, I always get a little bit offended, but then I remember talking when I went to like, a Cal soccer ID camp or something. I remember talking to Corey, who was the keeper coach over there, talking to her about what majors usually student athletes are, and it's always those majors, and it's literally because it's not that they're easy, if they just don't require as much effort as math and science, but they're very conceptual or cognitive subjects that you really need to think about and put a lot of effort in, whereas history is more memorization, English is more just knowing rules and spitting out an essay. I mean, I say this with, like, I love English. I'm really good at writing essays. Like, if I majored in English, I'd have a 4.5 GPA. Like, I'd be awesome at that class. But that's not what I like to do. So, but I understand, she's like, because those subjects are so much easier because it doesn't require as much time. So, like, from the traveling and everything, like, I get why people major in those when they're student athletes. Like, it makes sense. And then the teachers are also used to the students being student athletes and that happening. So you're able to rearrange, like, your test days and when things are due with the teacher because they know that you're an athlete.
They're more accommodating, sure.
Whereas with the sciences, they're just kind of like, the hard sciences, not the soft sciences, but with the hard sciences, they're kind of just like, figure it out.
Interesting. I totally agree, and I was actually in that situation. You know, I played at Cal, and I was limited in the number of majors I could choose from. You know, simply due to the time commitment, the energy commitment. You can't go into it thinking you're going to major in business and apply to Haas, the graduate school of business, because you simply cannot. You have a job. Like, whereas you're competing with people who are doing labs, you know, the lab requirements, I'm sure, are really conflicting with.
That's actually why I can't take a science when I'm in season for
Yeah,
soccer.
I would imagine.
I can only do math
Yeah.
as hard.
So you brought up a few really interesting points, mental points. Organization, remembering things. Early on you said that your organizational skills were good, but that if someone says something to you, there is a possibility that you may forget it. So what's your note-taking process, or like, do you have a calendar or something to remind yourself of these due dates and deadlines?
My mom.
Your mom, nice.
I'm not
Oh,
even
very
kidding. I'm
good.
like the worst. Like, like I keep telling myself I need to get like a calendar. I should put stuff on my phone at the very least to have the alarm go off. But then I think like, what if I like want to sleep in that day and I have that alarm go off at 8 a.m. I just don't want that. And if I set it to noon, it'll be too late to actually remember. And it's just like, so I never put things on my phone. Also, I don't always have my phone. So what if I'm not even around it? And my mom's always great. She usually just reminds me of everything. So if I remember to write it down on the calendar that everyone in the kitchen sees, she'll remind me, or I'll just tell her something. She usually, if it's really important, if it's something like, oh, by the way, I want to go out to dinner with what's-his-face next week, she will not remember that.
Yeah,
and then she'll get angry that I'm not going to be home for dinner. I'm like, I literally told you 2 days ago that I'm not going to be home for dinner. But if it's something like, oh, I have a dentist appointment at 5 o'clock, and then I'm about ready to leave at like 3, because I think it's at 4 o'clock, she'll be like, you said 5 o'clock last week. Like, she knows.
Yeah, good memory.
But that's just for scheduling. Like, she's not the one that makes time for homework and everything. Honestly, if I have
time management, great.
Yeah,
Interesting
so-
distinction.
Yeah, like she keeps my scheduling. Like she knows my schedule for like appointments and everything, but she can't like.
Micromanage.
Yeah, she I don't allow her to do that.
Great, that's
either,
good.
because high school is bad. We had a really huge fight like my senior year of high school. My parents and I, to the point that we lived in the same house for 3 days, but we did not speak for 3 days straight. It was just the only people. My parents would only talk to my little sister, and I would only talk to Liz, or we would talk to each other. And this house was silent. It was really bad. It was like a fight. But since then, like, they don't micromanage anymore as much. They still get kind of too involved, but I know it's because they care.
Yeah, that's good. Good that you understand where they're coming from,
Yeah.
and boundaries, right? It's all about setting those boundaries and establishing. Well, let's. I would like to. You know, though your mom is fantastic, I've heard, great things from you, and I'm sure she's brilliant, and her memory is on point. But what about when you go on and you transfer? How would you imagine you'll keep track of your appointments and your?
Well, let's put it like this. I had an appointment with a counselor last quarter in the spring, and I didn't tell my mom about it, and I forgot about it, and I missed it. So, it's going to be really rough when I transfer, but like, when I don't make a lot of appointments outside of my doctor's appointment, my dentist appointment, and then that's about it. What else? What other sort of things do?
You know.
Eye doctor appointment.
Oh yeah. It's probably more to do with like. I would think the focus would be academic.
Yeah.
You know, like your deadlines and due dates is probably primarily just going to be midterm days, large assignments, projects, because you know, in the next level, it's less homework, much more. Well, it depends on your field. That's right.
I was definitely very shocked when I got to college because my dad had always told me that you're going to get graded on 3 things. You're going to get graded on a midterm, probably another paper, and then a final. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all you get. And I was like, okay. So I came to school prepared for that. Every single class, there's like a shit ton of homework and a midterm. There's quizzes every week. I mean, this is like, but I'm in the hard sciences, so I'm doing math and science. But this is even in the GEs and English. I had essays due every like 2 weeks or something. Like, it was way more homework than people led on to believe. And I will admit that homework doesn't count as much. Like, I think part of the reason I was able to get B's and A's in high school, because I'm an awful test taker. Like, I had severe test anxiety, so I always score really low on every single test. Like, people will see me study. We will do work together. I understand the subject. I'll get a test and I'll get a D. And I know everything.
So
I'll still get a D. I just have like.
This is exactly where we could really help you. You know, you're going to be taking exams and perhaps experiencing that anxiety. How can we help you relax in those moments, like before a test or an exam?
I don't know. Like, I've been really trying to work out, like, what it is that makes me so scared when I take tests. But, like, I don't know what, like, every single time I take a test, I, like, sit down, my heart starts to race, and I just forget. Everything I learned is just gone. Like, that's what happened on the quiz last week. And then when we were going over it, when we were redoing it, and he was going over the quiz, I just did the problems, like, on a scratch piece of paper, and I got them all right. And I was, like, really pissed. Like, I was like, I just did them. Like, why don't I know how to do them during the quiz? Like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
It annoys me.
Anxiety. Okay. Well, how about breathing? You know, we talk about circle breathing, rhythmic breathing, as a way to restore yourself and balance yourself, especially in those stressful moments. How is your breathing before a test or throughout a test?
I would say, normal. I don't know what normal is. I mean, I don't have like a panic attack, so I know like my breathing isn't like I'm not hyperventilating or anything.
Good.
But,
That's
like,
good to be aware of.
But I'm not like taking deep breaths. I'm just kind of
good.
breathing.
So here's the interesting thing, right? We breathe all the time. We do it more than anything else practically. But to breathe well can actually actively relax us. You know, it's like a enormous part of the whole meditation thing is just the breathing piece. Is can you focus on your breathing and you know, as you do that, you can feel the tension in your shoulders, in your back, in your neck. You can, in your face, you can start to relax your muscles, and this will then relax your mind as a result. You know, when's your next exam?
My next quiz was going to be on Friday, but like I said, the teacher's really cool, so he was like, since everyone's having more trouble on this subject, and since I was going to put it back on the quiz, we're going to move it to next week, so you will have more time to figure it out. So, Monday.
Okay, so could we set a goal for you, a smart goal, a specific, realistic one, where you try to practice this mental skill on Monday? For your next calculus quiz?
Sure, I got a C on the last one, so I'm kind of hoping for a novice this time.
What would you like? What grade would you like?
B would be awesome. Because he doesn't do like letter grades though. He does a 4 is 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is how he does it. And it's like a mastery level, so he does like, he grades. It's super weird and hard to explain, but it makes sense like when you're doing it. But like you have standards, which are quizzes, and like you have like things grouped together, and once you understand a standard, you get like a graded level on it. You get 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and like 4 basically, he said 4 basically translates to an A, 3 is a B, 2 is a C, 1 is a D, 0 is F, and everything. It's like impossible to get like zeros and ones.
So let's try this. Let's try to visualize that beat that you would like. Okay, so we'll sit here and we can just discuss it, you know. Maybe we can even close our eyes.
Okay.
And, you know, it all starts with breathing to get into that sort of Zen state. Yeah, take a few deep breaths, hold it in for a few seconds. So you enter your calculus class, and your, as you say, your attractive teacher is walking around distributing. So hot. Yes, great. So just walking around to focus on the breathing, distributing out this quiz. What are you doing as he's walking about, passing out the quiz?
Usually I have my pencil in my hand.
Mhm.
I'm like doing that thing where you like flick it against the table over and over.
Okay.
Or I
The
have my
fidgeting.
eraser in my hand and like turning it.
Okay, so now you're
I
going
get
to.
really fidgety, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to control what happens. You're going to practically predict the future. Imagine yourself taking 2 or 3 nice deep breaths. The air filling up your stomach on the inhale, emptying out on the exhale. Feeling the tension flowing out of your body, out of your mind. Reaching a relaxed state for this calculus quiz that you're going to get a B on. So now you've submitted your quiz. How do you feel in this moment that you've submitted your calculus quiz?
I definitely got a B.
You've seen it. You know what's going to happen.
I know how to fuck with limits now.
Excellent. Yes, you're pushing your limits. You're going to make your reality come true. Brilliant. Love it. That was awesome. Yeah, and I'll check back with you on, I'll be here Tuesday.
Okay. That's when I take it.
You'll take it on Tuesday?
Yeah, that's when I have math class.
Okay. I can't wait to, well, you won't get your score back.
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, so then Thursday, I cannot wait to come back and hear about your B on your calculus due to your focus and your relaxation. And please take this with you into the soccer field. We've talked about how stressful you feel, you know, like the emotion that comes. We've talked about how breathing before you get subbed in, another moment, right, where you could work on your breathing and just as you're waiting for the ball to go out of bounds. I kid you not, I do it every day to help my anxiety. You know, I have like extensive history with anxiety and such matters, and nothing relaxes me as much as breathing. I just really quickly, before I let you go, I wanted to discuss something that you brought up with Becca, and just see how things are going with your comrade, your fellow goalkeeper, and how's the relationship developing?
Good. Yeah. My sister thinks I have a crush on her, actually, which is kind of funny.
That's cool.
But yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah, I like Becca. I like her a lot. I'm jealous of her, so it just like, it kind of almost feels like I don't like her. Like, not me feel, but the way I express it makes it seem like I don't. But I know I do, and that's what counts and everything. And like, I realized when I said I can only handle her in doses, I remember I had like a friend, Eliana actually said that to me the other day.
What?
That she could only handle me in doses, and that I was aggravating her. And when she said it, it made me think of this person that I knew in high school that I felt the exact same way towards, and I realized that what I meant when I said that was that I hated her. I did not like that girl at all, but I didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
So I'd only let her stay around in doses, and so like I don't want to make it seem like when I talk, like say I can't handle Becca in doses. I don't want to do at all. And it's just been like, literally those words have been running through my head because I know I'm obnoxious. I know I'm a lot. I understand that. But I also don't know how to make myself shut up. Like, I literally, like, in my mind when I'm talking sometimes, I'm like, you need to stop talking. You're being annoying. Words just keep coming out. It's so bad. I'm like sitting there like, shut the fuck up, Kate. You're annoying people. I can't stop. So, like, I just want to make it clear that I don't not like Becca at all. Like, I do like Becca. And I'm getting over the jealousy thing. Like, I really just, and in a way, I kind of don't care. Not that I don't care about the sport. I'm not competitive. It's just that I don't care where, like, like, I don't mind that she got the captain thing. Like, that's fine. I understand, because I'm obnoxious, so nobody would want me as a captain. And then, I know, like, I don't mind that she's first keeper, because she's good. She's a good goalie. Like, you see her save that fucking penalty shot? That was lit. Okay? Like, I mean, I've saved penalty shots, so, I mean, we're both good. We're both good keepers, and he just wants her there, and he wants me on the field. That's fine. I get it. So, like, I'm over it, you know? Like, I don't care. Sense.
It does.
Okay, good.
It does. And yeah, the jealousy is interesting. You know, after we talked last time, I went home and I thought about it, and I thought about one of the comments that I left you with in regards to your camp. You know, the camp that you work at, and Jesus camp, and I was like, be Jesus-like. You know, like. Because that emotion of envy is common. You know, it's one of the 7 deadly sins. Like, it's been there, you know, at the root of us. So, it's a very tough emotion to feel. One thing that I heard that always stuck with me, in relation to religion and whatnot, it was from a Buddhist thing. It was like, jealousy is the state of mind that cannot bear another's good fortune. And I really, this was an enjoyable quote, and it's not an easy thing to overcome, to not experience envy. I actually heard that a research study recently that social media is causing this, you know, because it's a lot of like, thinking about other people and like seeing what they got and like, you know, comparing it to yourself. So it's like jealousy and envy is actually a common thing in today's society, you know. So I'm glad that you're over it and that you're reflecting on it and acknowledging it so that you can overcome it. And I'm sure that you'll be more pleased and at peace as a result. And again, you are a tremendously important piece of this unit and this group, and I'm side by side with Owen a lot, and he speaks so highly of you and your importance. So I encourage you to keep up the good work and not give up, and mentally I would take immense pride in you being mentally prepared to step in between the pipes when the moment calls. It's a long season, and I would like for you to step in that moment, and if you can get shutouts, if you can just make some good stops, and the team will look to you like in that moment. And are you ready? Are you mentally prepared to have this team, have 11, 13 girls on your back? So good. These are good mental preparation sessions, and I believe in you, Kay.
Yay!
Right,
and I'm gonna figure out how to tone it down so I don't annoy Al.
No, you know, she was probably joking.
No,
But
no, she wasn't joking.
okay.